Everything you're about to see was made entirely in CapCut PC. Here is the video. Once you master this technique, animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy and fun. This technique is mostly used by animators in filmmaking, and knowing this as a video editor is going to separate you from the rest. Now let me show you how I created the first part in CapCut PC. Alright guys, let's get started. So we're going to use this video and it's already in the timeline. First of all, let's just bring in our background. So I can go to Assets, I have it. I'm going to use this one, just drag and drop in the timeline. Let me stretch it a bit for now. And I don't like the color of it. Go to Adjustment, scroll down and take saturation all the way down. And this whole project files will be available on my school community. Link will be down there below. So the next thing, we're going to animate the characters to come in. This is the character we're going to be using. So first of all, let me show you guys. When you go to Safari or your browser, wherever browser you're using, I got it from FreePic. All you can do is you can search for meditation. Then you make sure you select vectors. And I like to go with premium when it comes to freepic.com. It's going to be paid, but it's worth it. Over there, you can get most quality vectors that you can use for your videos. So as you can see, a lot of them out here. Then you select one that you want to use. Then when you get your hands on it, it's going to look like this. It's going to come in EPS file. Then what you can do is go to your browser and go to Photopea or Photopea or whatever they call it. Let me delete this. Then you can bring in the EPS file that you downloaded from FreePic. Just drag and drop in here. It's going to come in just like this. This is the one I was using. From here, you can just export the ones that you want to use as a PNG file. So this, I don't want all these hands to be showing, right? We've been doing this over and over from the previous tutorials. So let's just say this is the hands, right? I don't need all these other hands to show. So I'll just take it off. The background, I'm not going to be showing that, so I can take it off. Then when you go to the businesswoman, right? That's where you can find all these files. So with this, you have to just locate the head files, right? It's going to be somewhere this, right? And then the rest, you can just locate the head files and export it as a different PNG file. So with I export the head as a different file, the torso as different file, and also the light bulbs and the hands. When you export them, you bring them into CapCut. So now we have our files in CapCut. What we have to do is, let me show you guys. We're going to use this ruler, just drag and drop in the timeline, right? This is just going to guide us to see the middle of the screen, right? Then we're going to bring in the first one. So I want the head and also the hands to be all moving on the screen. So I'm going to work on only that one. I'm going to drag it in the timeline, stretch it and make it long for now. I want the anchor point to be here. So when the head is moving left to right, this side is not going to be moving. So I can drag it and place it so it's going to be at this point. Then I can make a compound clip of that, Option G. Then from here, I can just select a freeze frame of it. In CapCut, when you make somewhere 3 to 4 compound clips, it limits you to that very number. So to get some more room when it comes to compound clips, I like to select freeze frame of it so I can have some room when it comes to compound clip. Now let me just stretch that. So that's going to be the head. Let's disable it. And I'm going to be moving the hands too, right? So let me just bring it in and let me bring this to this side. So this is going to be the anchor point for this hand. Then I can just Option G and I can freeze that. And now I can delete this and move it here. V to disable that one too. Now let me bring in the last hand. This, drag and drop in, stretch it. Let's move it to that side. So it's going to be the anchor point, Option G. And now we can freeze this side and delete this side. So now when you turn it on, select this and press V. Now let's bring in the torso. When we scroll up, there's the rest of the body, right? We can just bring it down somewhere here in the timeline. We don't need the rulers anymore, so we can just delete that. Now click on the individual files. This was the head. So with the head, I want it to be below the torso, right? The rest of the body. So I'm going to put it here and I can just drag it up a bit this way to show. Then with the hands, I can just place them exactly where they are supposed to be. Click on this and take it to where it's supposed to be. Now let's do the movement with it when it comes to 2D animation. So I'm going to start with the head. I don't want it to move that much on the screen. So I'm just going to create 3 keyframe points. Click on that, go to video, and let's just make on rotate. Then take it to somewhere in the middle, and we're going to drop on rotate. Let's drop a keyframe on rotate again. Then to the last but one frame, drop on rotate. So now when we go to the middle keyframe, we want to move it to the other side of the screen. So I'm going to move it a bit towards this side, not too much, so you don't create any crazy movement with it, right? So somewhere less than 6 with the rotate degrees. Then the last one, I can go to the other side, the opposite side. And then when you look at it, it's going to go to the left, and then it's going to go to the right slowly. I don't want it to be that fast, right? Now let me just make it smooth, Option K. Then I can just go to show preset, go for ease on this side, and then I can go for this side and go for ease on this side too. Now Option K, I can do the same movement for the hands too, right? Let me show you one of them, and then the next one, I'll just speed it up. So just take it to the starting point, drop a keyframe on rotate, then take it to the middle point, drop on rotate, and go to the last but one frame on rotate. Now let's go to the middle, and we can move it up a bit. So this is the hand we were working with. Then on this side, it's gonna go down. Now Option K, and make that smooth. So I can just go for ease for all these ones. Right click on that and go for ease. Then Option K to close that. So I'm going to do it on this one, and I'll be fast since you know how to do that. So when you're done, you have something like this in the timeline. It moves slowly, nicely done. Now we can bring in the bulbs. I can just drag and drop in the timeline. With the bulb, I'm just going to add some effects to it. So these are the 2 bulbs. Select the first one. I want it to be a little bit at the top. Then select the second one, and I want it to be a little bit at this place. Now go to Effects. I'm going to use my favorite effect. Mine is going to be on Favorites, but you can find yours on Video Effects. Then just drag Play Pendulum on the first one. The strength, let's go really down. Twist 0, speed a bit down, sharpen all the way down. Now, what you can do is select this, Shift Command or Control C to copy attributes. Then click on this, Shift Command or Control V. It's going to bring this paste attribute. I just want to paste only the effects, so I can turn off all these ones and go to paste. Now all of them are going to have the same movements, but I don't want that, right? So I can just click on this effect now, and now I can change only the speed. So that's going to have different movements. Now we have something like this in our timeline. Now we have to make all these ones as one file. Very easy. We can just select all the files, Option G, and this is going to be our character, and we're going to animate that to come in. Let me turn this volume on, and now we're going to use what I was saying to animate everything. So when you listen to the video, once you master this technique, once you master this technique, that's when I want this to come in. And I was using a metaphor to represent whatever I was saying. Someone meditating or a monk could represent someone like a master. And that's what the pros use a lot when it comes to ideation. And these are some of the lessons covered in my recently completed CapCut PC course on school.com. In my course, I break down the complex editing video skills into simpler terms, including how to generate ideas, my video editing process, and project timeline files that you can use to practice your skills. But it doesn't end there. We also have weekly live editing sessions plus Q&A where I break down edits submitted by members and answer all questions in real time. Additionally, you will gain access to a community of like-minded individuals who are eager to improve their video editing skills using CapCut PC. If you'd like to learn more, you can check on the link in the description. And this whole video was edited in CapCut PC. Once you master this technique, that's when it's going to show. So I will take my player to the starting of it, and it looks too big for now, so I just want to make it somewhere 80. And let me add this effect to it before we continue. Add play pendulum to it, strength down a bit, twist 0, sharpen 0, and then speed a bit. Now let's animate that to come in. Take your player to the first frame, lock everything on transform, and also blend. Now you can go somewhere 30 frames and also make sure it rhymes with what we're saying. So mine is once you master, it's on this very side. I can go there and lock everything on transform and also blend. Now let me go back to the first keyframe I created. Drag this all the way down here. Make sure you don't move the x-axis. Then on blend, we're going to take it to 0. So when you look, it's going to come in this way. Now let's open the curves, option K, and make it smooth. Now let's go to y-axis. It's going to set on y-axis. Right click, show all presets. And when it comes to this kind of animations, I like to go with cubic out. Just select that. And the cubic out is going to have the fastest beginning and also the slowest at the end. And when you look at it, let me play and show you. Once you master this tech, I want the ending to be really slow. So now I can use the handles on the top here and stretch it a bit so I can slow the ending part. Now on the blend, click on that, right click on the line, or you can just click on the line and click on this side for the preset curves. Then on that one, we're going to go for E. Once you master this tech. Now let's close that, option K. So when I say once you master this technique, animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy and fun. Animations in CapCut PC. So all this while that way, I'm going to move this away from the screen, showing you whatever animations I'm talking about. And this all comes with the ideation part. So right here, when you look, this is our keyframe, right? So I can take my player to somewhere here to lock all the transform parameters with the keyframe point. So I'm going to lock on that side. And now because there's no change in values, nothing's going to happen between these two keyframe points. Now I can go to somewhere here. It's going to be easy. So it's going to be somewhere here is where everything's going to happen. Then I can drop a keyframe on that side. Then I can just move all these ones towards this side. Then when it's moving towards that side, I want to increase the size a bit. Now let's make that smooth. Option K for the graphs, y-axis, let's work on that. We can go for show a preset, and this time around we can go for cubic ease. Animations in CapCut PCs. Go to Y, x-axis first, go to show a presets, cubic ease. Animations in CapCut PCs. Then click on this, right click, and go for cubic ease. Animations in CapCut PCs. Now we can close that, option K. And when it comes to the preset curves, always make sure it rhymes with the rest of the parameters. That's the X, Y, and also scale values. Now we're going to bring in our line or our curves that we're going to create. We go to media. This is the one we're going to use, drag and drop in the timeline. And with this, once again, when you go to free pick and you type in curve line, you can get really good ones. Make sure you select vectors and also premium. You're going to get really good ones. This was the one I was using, and then you can just download it. With this, I'm using the JPEG file, but you can choose the PSD file or UPS file, take it to free pick and just take the line and bring it to CapCut. But it's quite easy with CapCut to remove the white background. And now I don't want the white, so I can just go to remove BG, chroma key, and then I can select the white part. Because the white is separate color from the black, it's going to be easy to remove it. You can increase the intensity a bit. Now that's selected, I want it to be white, not really black. So I can go to adjustment, scroll down, and now just play around all these parameters here. Saturation is not really necessary. Exposure, let's see what it does. Or let's just leave it for now and work with contrast and see. Contrast is not doing much. Highlights is not going to do much. So I think it's going to be somewhere shadows and blacks. So shadows, let's see the whites and let's see the highlights. And now let's see exposure. Now we're going to have this white line that we want to use. Now we want to animate that to follow this very movement. What we can do is, first of all, let's drag it below this file. We're going to use the same intervals with these two keyframes. So let me just take my playhead here and drop a marker on that side so I will know where the second keyframe is. Now I can take it to the first keyframe and select this curve line. When you go to video, let's just reduce this side and let's just rotate it a bit. Now I can just take it somewhere here. I'm happy with how it looks like. So I can now go to basic and drop keyframe on transform. Then this was the last keyframe, right? This is the marker guiding us. We can now drag it to exactly where we want it to end. Now I can just make that smooth with the same movement with this one. So Option K, let's go to X, show all presets, and go for the same preset, cubic 8. Animations in CapCut pieces. Let's go to Y, cubic 8. Animations in CapCut pieces. Option K and see if it matches with it. When it reach here, you can see it's showing on this side, which I don't like. So I'm gonna play this trick, take it to the first frame, and let's move it a bit like this. And now let's see, it still shows. And because we are on the first keyframe, we're not gonna ruin everything. So we're just gonna check. Now it's not showing. Perfect. Animations in CapCut PC is good. So now we've got the movement, but now we need to create it to draw on the screen. And we're gonna use this trick. Take your playhead to the first frame of it. Make sure you've selected the curve line. Go to mask, add mask, select split mask. Now you can just rotate it this way, take off all the lines on this side. Now you can use these controls to add more fader into it. It's gonna have this cool fade in on the edges. Now what we can do is make a keyframe on position and rotation. Maybe we might use it. So let's just drop and lock it on those two parameters, right? Make sure you are on mask. Now go to the last keyframe, this last keyframe. Let me see. It's gonna be somewhere here. Make sure you reduce it. It's gonna follow exactly this one. Now we can just move it to draw on the screen. Let me bring it back now. So now you can see it's gonna draw nicely on the screen. Let's look at it. In CapCut PC is gonna be. Now it doesn't look smooth. So one way we can fix that, Option K, and it's gonna be on mask. So click on mask to open that. Position X, let's change that to the same preset. Animations in CapCut PC. Then let's go to Y, click on the line, and let's change that to Animations in CapCut PCs. And now we can close this, Option K. And look at what we have so far. Once you master this technique, animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy and you can now play around it. I can just take it a bit this way and see. Animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy. So now I want to show whatever I was talking about on this side, right? So we're going to do exactly that. This is a PNG laptop. You can get it on FreePic or Google. Just drag and drop in the timeline. So now let's bring in the animation we've done already. Go to all videos, and this is the one I was using. So I'm just going to drag and drop on top. Take the volume down. And I want to select this very part. So I can take it here. That's selected. Q to trim to the left, and I can drag it to this side. So now let's place this animation on the screen, right? So we can reduce the size of it and place it nicely on the screen. Now I can make that one file. So select all, Option or Alt G to make it one file. Now we're going to make it match exactly these intervals for now, and then we'll start playing with it. So let me use this curve line intervals. Drag it here, click on this, and let's drop a marker on that so we can use it to guide ourselves. Now I can delete this marker. I'm not using it. So this is going to be our first keyframe. Take it there. And before we do that, we can select the size that we want when it comes to this very file, right? It looks too big for my liking, so I want it to look like this when it eventually comes on the screen. Now I can start adding the keyframes. Go to transform, add it on the first frame, opacity on blend, let's add it too. Now I can take it to this is the marker I'm using. Take it there, drop on transform and on opacity. Now go back to the previous keyframe by using this arrow. It's going to take you there. On that side, I want it to come from this side of the screen. So it's going to match this very movement. And then on opacity, I'm going to take it all the way to 0. When it's coming in, I want it to look like 3D, right? 3D, when you're moving closer to an object, it looks bigger. When it's far, it looks smaller. So I'm going to make it look small before coming in. So I can go to somewhere 55% when it's coming in. So now it's going to look like this when it's coming in. Now what I can do is play with the curves, Option K. Let's start with scale, right click, show all presets, and go for cubic ease. Animations in CapCut PC is gonna go to X, click on the line, and go for the same. Animations in CapCut PC is gonna then we'll go to Y-axis, select that. Animations in CapCut PC is gonna then blend that one. I want it to be ease. Animations in CapCut PC is gonna now option K. When you look at it, let me play and show you guys. This technique, animations in CapCut PC is gonna be, I want it comes too fast for my liking, right? And it rhymes with this movement. So I want it to come in a bit late somewhere here. So I'm gonna play around it so it looks right to my eye. Nick, animations in CapCut PC is gonna be easy. Perfect. So right when I said easy and fun, I want to add play pendulum effects to it. I like it a lot before I bring in the text easy and fun. So let's just click on this, go to effects. Let's just bring in play pendulum, drag and drop on it. Strength a bit down, twist I don't like, sharpen I don't like it, then speed we can go for this. So it's gonna look like this. CapCut PC is gonna be easy and now we can bring in our text easy and fun. So I'm gonna go to text, drag default text in the timeline and make sure it matches when you say easy and fun. Make sure it goes with what video you are using. Gonna be easy and fun. So I'm gonna take it there. Let's write our text. Now I can drop it on top, change the font style. And with the font, I want it to be a different font color. So I can go for yellow. Now I can add shadows to all of them. Make sure I unselect this and then add shadow to all of them. Let's take opacity a bit down and let's make it big so the viewers will really see it on the screen. Now we're going to animate that to come in. And I'm going to use the animation that comes with CapCut. Go to animation, make sure you select in. And I already have it as favorite, so I can go there. You can go to all, you'll find it there. And then I can go for slide down. Be easy. I can go to somewhere 1.1 second. Be easy and fun. And I want them to come in one at a time. So I'm going to play this trick. Let me just stretch this for now and make a compound clip of this. Option G. Now with that compound clip, let me add fade in animation first to it. Be easy. So when it's coming in, it's going to fade in. Be easy. Go to somewhere 0.7 seconds. Now I can make the trick with this. Go to video. Go to mask, add mask, rectangle selected. I'm going to select this file for first, then make a duplicate of this, press option and drag upwards. So you can go few frames ahead, like 3 to 5 frames. Then this is also going to come in. With the second one selected, go to video, still on mask. We're going to select the end. Then I can make duplicate once more, press option or alt and drag upwards. And that's also going to come in 3 or 4 frames. That's selected, go to video, and this time around the mask, we're going to select the word fun. So now when you look at it, when I show you what we have so far. Once you master this technique, animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy and fun. So right when you listen to what I was saying, this technique is mostly, when I said this technique, we're going to transition to the next set of animations that we have on the screen. What we can do is select all this file, including the background too. We're going to make all as one file. Just select all, option G to make it a compound clip. Then we can add motion blur to it, so it's going to affect every movement that we have. Right there, it looks too strong, so we can go to somewhere 35. And then blend, we can go to somewhere 65. So now when you add the motion blur to it, when you look at it, when it's moving, you can see it adds more to it. So just this side, this technique is most right here. We're going to zoom in to all of them. Take your player to that side, transform, and also blend. Now we can go somewhere 30 frames, but make sure it matches. It's going to be somewhere here when I was talking about. This technique is exactly that side. So I can go for that 30 frames. And then I can just drop on opacity and also transform. So over there, I can just zoom in. I can go for somewhere 1005%. Then I can just take opacity all the way to 0. Option K, let's make that smooth. It's going to be scale, show up presets, and we can go for cubic edge. This technique is mostly, then it's going to be also on blend. Click on that and go for ease. This technique is mostly now option K to close that. And let's bring in the new set that we have. So with that, we're going to use the morph transition technique I was talking about. When you master that, it's going to help you a lot with animations. So I can go to media, all, and bring in this background I'm going to use. Drag and drop below these files. So this was the intervals, right? Let me drop a marker to see the second keyframe. Then this is the first keyframe, right? So I can just drag my background on that side. With that background selected, make a keyframe on scale. Then to the last side, we're going to zoom in. So it's going to have that movement like it's also zooming in. Now option K, right click, show all presets, and go for the same presets. This technique is mostly close that option K and bring in whatever you were talking about, right? So I was talking about this animation. Let me just drag it down here, take the volume down. With that selected, I want it to look like this when it comes on the screen. So now let's follow the same intervals with this to add that movement to it too. Take your player to the first frame, make sure you've selected that file. Then go to transform, drop on there, and then this time around we'll add opacity to it. Then go to the last, that's going to be where the keyframe is. Then let's drop on transform and also opacity. Then with that one, the scale is going to go up a bit. Then when we go to the first keyframe point, that one opacity, let's take it to 0. So that's also going to fade in when it's coming on the screen. Now option K, and let's make that smooth. Go to show a preset, select this. This technique is most. Then go to blend and go for ease. This technique is most. Now we can close that option K. So you can see the effect. This technique is most. When it's going, this is also going to be zooming in on the screen. With this selected, we want to add the name of this very guy down here. So I'm going to just bring in a text, drag it in here, type his name, go for the font style I want to use, make it small, drag it somewhere here, and go for drop shadow. And let's take opacity down a bit. And we can go for animation. I want to add in animation, make sure you're on in. I want to add blur to it. And I want it to start coming in when this is already on the screen. So I can go from this side. It is mostly used by animators in. So let's just bring it down because it's going to be part of these files, these very files. Then this side. Mostly used by animators in filmmaking. So this side, when I was saying knowing this, I'm going to take everything off and bring in a new set. On the screen, it looks kind of dull to me. I want a bit of continuous zoom in when everything is on the screen. So I'm going to do that, select that, and this very text file too. Option G. Then we can take it somewhere here, go to video, add on transform. Then on this side, we can go and zoom in a bit. So when you look at it, when it comes in, this technique is mostly used by animators in film. It's going to continue zooming in on the screen. We're going to create a compound clip of all this, option G, and now we can just let it go off the screen when I was saying, and knowing this as a video editor, click on this side, it's going to start going off. So let's go to transform and let's go 20 frames ahead, add another one, transform, and now we can just take it down. And don't forget, let's add on opacity too. Drop here, let's go back and add it. Now we can go to this and take opacity to 0. Let's make that smooth. Option K, go to y-axis and go for this cubic ease. And knowing this, and then with the blend, click on that, you can go for ease. And knowing this, now option K, let's trim this side off. We don't need it anymore. So W to trim to the right. Now let's bring what we were talking. It was just text I was using. So we can go to asset and bring in this background that I want to use. Let's drag it here. Now let's just zoom in. I like it when it zoom in. So this time around, I'm just going to turn on my captions and use captions to create that. It's going to save you time. Let me show you guys. Just click on generate captions. Let's go for apply all. Select the style that we want. Then we can turn it off on this side. With all selected, press V to disable it. When you want to use it, you can just enable it and use it. So this, I want to use this very word, and knowing this, so I can select that and press V and it's going to be on the screen. Let me drag it to somewhere here. Now when we go here, we can just drag it here, make it big, and I don't want to use the word making, so I'm going to trim that off. And the end, I want to go with caps. Video editor, I want it to be caps with video and then E with editor. Select the tool, go for a different color. Unselect that, add shadows to all of them and take it down a bit. I want the video editor to be next line just like this. You can go for the look you're going for. Then when you go to animations, CapCut has this animation I was using. I like it a lot. I have it on favorite, but you can find it on all. This very one, slide up. And knowing this as a video editor, so when you look at it, this caption, most of the time when it comes in, it goes so fast because you want to pick the next one. So this is the trick we can use. Option G. Then we can freeze that side. Go to freeze and freeze that very side. Now you can delete this and this is going to stay when it's in the timeline. Now let me show you what we've done today. Once you master this technique, animations in CapCut PC is going to be easy and fun. This technique is mostly used by animators in filmmaking, and knowing this as a video editor. So that will be all for today, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.